Hello, everyone. Welcome to Online Seller UK podcast. This afternoon here in the UK. What time is it today, Gilad?
In Israel, it's 4 p.m.
Okay, there you go. We matched the afternoon time. So this afternoon we
Yeah.
have Gilead from Israel, and Gilead runs a VA agency, and we're here to talk about what are the best practices of hiring VA costs and so on. So, without further ado, Gilead, do you want to introduce yourself first, and then we'll just run down some of the questions and Q&A, and tell people what VA is all about.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, when people ask me, what do we do? Then I say that first of all, I'm an Amazon seller. This is how it all started. I'm an Amazon seller since 2015. I sold on Amazon. Things were going great. The business grew. And it only then when I started taking VAs, I started with my first VA. And this is where it all started to become difficult. I spent so much time into finding the right VAs. I was looking at CVs and interviews and making sure that I found the right person after like 20 hours of work of going over documents and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I found the right person, I spent another, I would say that like a month
Okay.
teaching her everything I knew about Amazon. You know, you have to teach that person from scratch about how to do customer service and inventory and everything.
Yeah.
And then pretty much about 3 weeks after, she just stopped responding to my emails.
Yeah.
And a few days after, I understood that she's gone,
Yeah.
and I have to go over it all over again. And when I talk to other people,
Hmm.
then I understood that this is something that happens quite often.
Yeah.
That VAs, you know, people don't know how to work with VAs. They don't know how to find the right VAs for them, and then these VAs they disappear or they are turned out not to be as good as they thought they would be.
Hmm.
So it took me some time to go over the process again and again until I was pretty much like a master in finding the right VAs and training them.
Okay.
And then this is how VA was started. This is what we do. We specialize in filtering virtual assistants from the Philippines, screening
Yeah.
them with various tests and English level that we're testing them and IQ level and a lot of other tests that we're checking. And then the
Yeah.
ones that pass through all these tests, they started the 1 month training with us about Amazon.
Yeah.
And the idea is that they will have the knowledge needed to work with Amazon sellers.
Okay. Okay. So Amazon itself, it's trying to manage anything within Amazon. It's not straightforward as you can imagine being yourself as a seller. So what do you think? What part of the business do you think can a VA help? What is there any specific part they can help in?
I would say there basically one should ask himself for every task that he's doing on Amazon,
Hmm.
the question that you should ask yourself is, am I the only person that can do this job? Yes or no? If somebody else can do this with the right training or the right knowledge and everything, but if somebody else can take these decisions
Yeah.
and do it for me, then it
Yeah.
means that I should not be doing it. I should be focusing only on managing level of my business. I should take the decision that nobody else except for me can take, and
Yeah.
I should spend my time on the things that only I can really understand. And this is usually about the growth of your business. So
Okay.
we have 4 different types of VAs that pretty much covers all the things that we see that are crucial for somebody else to do and not you. It's either about
Okay.
Amazon, customer service and everything,
Hmm.
and everything about Seller Central. It can be PPC, it can be
Okay.
social media. So everything that somebody else can do.
Okay. So I think one of the core thing I get asked very often is about customer support. And that's a critical part of, as you know, with Amazon business. Excuse me. Is this something that VA can help in, or can you trust them to do that?
Customer support,
Yes.
definitely. I mean, customer support, their English level is great. I mean, and both by speaking with customers on the phone, even though it's more difficult because Amazon doesn't let you have
Hmm.
the numbers usually unless you're doing FBN.
Yeah.
But usually you don't have the phone number. But even in writing, answering emails, and doing all the customer service tasks, then a Filipino VA can definitely help you with your business. They are very much customer service oriented, and we can see it from dozens of VAs working with us for doing customer service work, and we're talking with their sellers, and they're very happy from it. Because imagine how many things a VA can do for you on customer service. They can answer emails. They can reply to every single feedback, negative or positive, that you're receiving, and especially the negative, but also the positive ones. All the reviews, positive and negative, needs to be responded. You cannot just ignore the positive reviews that you're getting. Your company want to thank the reviewers. It's about refunds. Every time that you're getting a refund, you have to understand why it happened. Maybe understand what was the problem and trying to solve it. So there are so many things that customer service VA can help you.
Yeah. Okay, so basically they take control of your Amazon business. That's what we are saying, right? At least operational control. And how does the access work? How do they access our account?
Actually, they don't really access our account. We will never let them use our own username and password for Amazon Seller Central. And we talk about it with every seller that's coming to us. We're teaching them. The way that we do it is that we don't just throw a VA at them and say goodbye. The idea is really to support them and to show them exactly how they do it. So one of the things that we teach them is that never to give their username and password, because then Amazon will block their accounts. The idea is that you're giving them a user permission. It exists on Seller Central. You're giving them a user permission. You add their email address, and then you can really decide for them which content they will be available to them and which not. So you can decide that they will never be able to see what's your next pay amount, but they will be able to see all your orders and answer emails, for example.
Okay. That's really controllable in some ways. What other people can access our account. So that's really handy in some ways. So I think the crux of doing all this is the money. So what do you think about the costings? The expensive is very subjective word. Is it viable for somebody to hire a VA, and what level of income somebody should have so that they are capable of paying these VAs?
Well, first of all, I think that the cost is very low. I mean, comparing to hiring somebody from the UK or somebody from the US. So the cost is very low because it's cheaper in the Philippines. And the cost of a VA would vary from $550 to $750 an hour. Depends on the skill of the VA. If it's a PPC VA, it's somebody more with better knowledge on PPC. So it's somebody more professional than a customer service VA, which is a bit less. So, but basically, it's not a lot per hour, and you can decide if you want to take a VA for a full-time job, or you just maybe need a VA to help you for about 2-3 hours a day. So it's very flexible. I would say that you should ask yourself, do I really have the time to go over all the things that I want to do in my business, and I just don't get the time to do it. And usually what people do are they're just doing what they must do. For example, somebody writing to them an email. So when you receive an email from Amazon, then you know you have 24 hours to reply. So you will do it. But what about all the other things that you don't do, that you can do, but you just say, yeah, you know what? When I have more time, I will do it. When I have more time, I will open a Facebook community and start writing posts every day to expand my brand, or I will download reports on PPC every day or every 2 days and add some new keywords in there. All these things that you don't really do, you don't know how much they're worth because you just don't do them. So it's really in order to understand that here you're playing for the long run. And when you're opening a restaurant, you cannot imagine that you will be both the waiter and the chef and the bookkeeper. You know that your job is to manage a restaurant. So exactly the same thing, when you're starting an Amazon business, you should act as if it's an actual job as any other business in the world, and you should act accordingly and take a VA to take off from you these difficult and repeating jobs.
Okay, right. I think it's been really helpful for you to say that somebody with an experience. So I very much hope the people who look into our YouTube video, learn from it. So if somebody wants to find you, Gilead, where should they go? What's your website, emails?
Yeah, well, we can add the website after that in the remarks. It's
Yeah.
www.vaaphilippines.com, and
Yes.
my name is Gilad. I will also write my name in there, and
Okay.
you can also write me an email, gilad@vaaphilippines.com.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Gilead, for your time today. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.